Okay, I'm gonna do this little video. This is just a champion mode arena game played between me and some random guy that I picked out of chat. Just gonna go through build orders a little bit because I see a lot of people do some pretty sketchy stuff with build orders. So I'm just gonna throw out a build order for some people to try. They can use, and hopefully it'll help them improve in PvP. So I'll just kind of talk through it as I go, and hopefully I can talk and play adequately enough at the same time. So this is just on the equal footing map, which is pretty standard, and I like it a lot, so I just picked this one. Make villagers, of course. Don't do what I just did and forget to make villagers. If you have a hunt and you can find it early, do that. Quick run to it right away. It gathers at a much faster rate than berries do, although berries have a 20% upgrade, whereas hunts only have a 10% upgrade. But still, if you can hunt and you can kill them with your scout early, it's definitely worth it. So do that, get the upgrade. Fourth villager, first villager out of TC, goes to your wood line, and makes a storehouse there. Some people prefer to have it on the wood behind their TC. I would say in general that's a pretty good plan. The only reason I do it here is because it kind of centralizes my economy. It's going to make my transition quite a bit easier as well. So that guy's going to try and harass me with his scout, but I don't really care because it doesn't really do much. But the end goal is going to be to have 5 people on food, and the rest going over to wood. So I'll just kind of play that out, let that happen. One thing to mention is this build pretty much that I'm going to do works against, I don't want to say any civ, but any civ, I guess. Like, you can pretty much do this against any civ and get away with it. It's pretty much just like really standard, really basic, will work in a lot of situations, and if you're actually better than the person you're playing against, it'll probably work against almost any civ, because it just gives you a really well-rounded set of units. So basically the idea is going to be you're going to keep adding people to wood until you get to 200 wood, and when you get to 200 wood you're going to drop a barracks in each one. So do that, drop barracks, try and get your barracks to at least somewhat defend some of your resources. Keep it on top of your wood line, or making a building wall or something out of it as best you can. And then once you get your next 200 wood, that next 200 wood is going to go to your age up. So usually I end up aging around 15 pop, which is 14 villagers plus your scout, and that should be about standard against all civs. So got the age up, okay, and then this last villager I like to send him as he's coming out usually to gold, and you make a storehouse on your gold mine with the next 50 wood. Make sure you leave this little gap. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's a little gap in between storehouse and the gold mine, which is a good thing to do, a good habit to get into, because it allows your villagers to line up in here and just does all good sorts of good things. So you make a couple spearmen in between in the transition. The reason you do that, just in case they like do something crazy early or play aggressive early. You can, if you want to, save those resources. You don't have to use them, but it's a good idea, I think, to use them. So start eating my cows here. I've got villagers queued up already for the next round. And as soon as you get aged up, you can drop a stable, reset my hotkeys, and you're also going to want to make a house so you don't get popped. That's important. Once you get aged up, you get 2 upgrades, one for wood, one for gold. And then from here I just kind of do it on feeling, but I would say, in general, you want to get 3 or 4 people on gold moderately early. Keep enough people making houses and on wood so that you don't get housed. and you want to make Hippospis and Spearman based on what you scout. So here I know he's got a barracks, which means he's going to be making longswordsmen or spearmen in this case, and so I'm going to want to be making Hippospis out of here. So I'll make Hippospis, but if you scouted, like, say, a stable against Egypt or something, you'd want to keep making spearmen. So these guys go idle, just put them to cows. And then the next building is an archer range. So this will be your look. You'll have 3 military buildings. I have 1 of each. It's kind of like a 1-1-1 type build. So this is the basic idea, and then you just spam units out of these 3 buildings. Oops, is that villager really stuck? No. Is she? Oh, she really is. Don't do that. Note to self, don't do that. So yeah, you've got all the upgrades. You've got 1 of each building coming up. You've got a pretty good eco. You should never have stopped making villagers. You should be able to have enough resources to keep queuing up houses so you don't get a house popped, so you don't get pop capped, you don't do derping things, hopefully like leaving villagers stuck in the woodline. You can see I killed these deer here. If I didn't have all these cows, I would have built another storehouse over here and would have moved on. And then based on what you scout, which I don't think this guy really... I just pulled him out of the general chat. Really, is that really going to get stacked? No, so he can get out, but villager couldn't. So he's got like two barracks, so I'm gonna make a second archer range. And you just kind of scout, basically whatever you see, that's kind of what you make. So that's what I see. I see 2 barracks, so I'm gonna make another archer range. Make sure you keep replacing your wood storehouses. It's really important. Just keep up your production as much as you can. Hopefully you can get camp like I almost did. Oh, here he comes, so just fight, try and get your units on the right counters. He doesn't really have the right counters at all, so we're just gonna win. But the whole point of this video is not really to show me beating some guy that I'm better than, but it's just to give you an idea for the build so that people can adapt it for their own, use it, learn how to do it. I made some mistakes here, but in general it's pretty close to, I think, what you should be trying to do. You want to move some people off wood at some point, because I just kind of tend to use my gather point over on wood and let them stack up. So I haven't really been making units that well. Keep making villagers, but you get the idea. He's got some stuff. Go back here, we'll draw them out. Units, keep making villagers. I don't know why these cab keep getting stuck in here. Most important thing when you're fighting is fight the counter units and counter units, so... that. And I need more people in gold. And lots of little mistakes here. Not enough people in gold. Got housed once or twice. But in general, should give you a kind of a feel of just the order of operations you should be aiming for. And then if you want, you can try and get some pressure on them. I don't think this guy's really got too much. So it's pretty much good game for this guy. He says good game again. No, oops, got caps on. No thanks. Going to bed soon. Sorry. Another time. I'm not really paying attention to what's going on, but obviously you wouldn't just stand your stuff around. You'd want to keep harassing the villagers and wouldn't want to let your stuff stack up by keeping units and stuff. But minor details. Hopefully that was helpful. I'll upload it to YouTube. I don't know. Maybe some people can find it useful and can get a build down. You can, like I said, you can use this pretty much against any civ you want. Maybe against Persia's not so good. But, yeah. So that's pretty much it, I guess. Just kind of waiting for this guy to resign so I can stop the video, but we're bashing his TC for fun. Die! No, he's got units. Kill the units. Kill all this units. Obviously, if you were to continue to extend the fight out, you'd be wanting to make like more military buildings, or aging up. You can do all kinds of fun stuff, like age up, apply pressure. Just try and keep your unit comp evenly, or not even, like just so that it counters whatever he has. Just keep pressure up on him, get raids in when you can. Keep him off gold. It's a good way to halt unit production in general. Keep him off gold, but that was just a build order. Hopefully some people can find that useful. It's kind of just, you know, Greek in 10 minutes. Hopefully, hopefully people find that build order useful and can use it and maybe adapt it to their own. If you have any questions, you can shoot me a PM on the forums or on RTS Sync or in-game or Skype if you have my Skype, MSN if you have my MSN. You can add me on Skype if you want to talk about Age of Empires Online. Zuda OP is my name there. Yep, hopefully you enjoyed it, hopefully it helps. And I'll do hopefully one of these for each civ. So enjoy, and I will see you later.